Hello students, welcome back. Today we will study about basics of accounting terms, and today we will discuss about liabilities. So what do you understand by liabilities? It refers to the amount which the firm owns to the outsider. Liability are the debts to the firm. Like if a firm is taking something on credit from other firm, okay, so it is a liability for him. So liability is a debt for the firm. Okay, it's clear now. Like if you are taking 500 rupees from your friend, okay, and you promise him that you will return him after 10 days, so the 500 rupees is a liability for you. Okay, like this firm also takes money from bank. Okay, firm also take money from many other sources, so that's are the liability of the firm. So the example of the liability are bills payable. Bills payable means I have to pay that particular amount of the particular bill. Okay, so it is a liability for a firm. Unpaid wages, like workers have worked in my company but I have not given them wages, so wages is unpaid, so it is a liability of the firm has to pay it. Okay, now we will talk about the liabilities type. So liabilities are of three types: long term liabilities, current liabilities, and contingent liabilities. Now we will discuss it about in detail. Okay, so long term liabilities, these refers to those liabilities which fall due for the payment in relative long period, for example long term loan and debentures. So long term liability can be defined by understanding term the term means we can understand the time horizon for understanding long term liabilities. Like if firm has to pay some amount after 1 year, 1 year, or 1 to 10 year, or more than 10 year. Okay, so that particular amount would be in the category of long term liabilities. So long term liability means anything which the firm has to pay after 1 year or more. Okay, for 5 year, for 10 year, for 15 year. If a firm has taken loan from the bank for 10 years, so it is the example of long term liability. If the firm has taken the loan from the creditor for 5 years, so it is the example of long term liability. Okay, so on the basis of the term we can decide it is long term liability or it is a current liability. Okay, so the example of long term liability is long term loan and debenture. Now we will talk about current liabilities. Current liabilities refers to those liabilities which are to be a part of the near future, example bank overdraft and creditors. So current liability simply means the liability, the maximum time limit is of 1 year, not more than 1 year. Okay, so it is also the liability for the firm, but it is current liability. Like firm have to pay those particular things in 1 year only. The maximum time which the firm which is allotted to the firm is 1 year. It can be 1 month also, it can be 15 days also, and it can be like maximum it can be 1 year. Okay, so the examples are bank overdraft. So bank overdraft has the only time of 15 to 20 days. So if a bank is giving overdraft facility to the firm, so the firm have to pay the amount between 15 to 20 days. Now we will talk about creditors. Like creditors have different term and condition with the firm. If they have term and condition of rupee of 2 months, so the firm have to pay that particular amount for 2 months. But these are the examples of current liabilities. Okay, now we will talk about contingent liabilities. These are not the actual liabilities on the date of balance sheet, but may become payable only on the happening of some specific event. So the contingent liabilities are not for sure that when you are closing the balance sheet, then only you have to pay that particular amount. It can be paid anytime, it can be arrive anytime. Okay, like if any case is pending in the court, okay, and it the some liability arise for your company, like you have to pay 5 lakh rupees, so it is a contingent liability for the firm which frequently arrives. Okay, We have no fixed time, we have no fixed date that on particular date or on particular year we have to pay. Due to some reason, due to some unforeseen situation, we can say it can be arise anytime. Okay, so that is known as contingent liabilities. Thank you, students. I am sending you notes and worksheet. Kindly complete it. If you have any problem, you can contact me. Thank you.